Ask if Puran would come and tell us about the work you're involved in. After Puran has spoken to us, if we could sing the next hymn, and then we hand over to James. Is that all right?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Puran, and this is my wife Rebecca. Today, 23 years back, we were married.
Congratulations.
And God has, I come from Nepal, so English is not my mother tongue. We speak Nepali, and but my father used to work for Indian government, so that's why I went to India for my studies, and that's where I met Rebecca. We got married in 1999, 15th of May. And then soon God has blessed us with two wonderful sons, 20 years old and 22. So in 2007 we moved back to Nepal to plant a church. We planted a church in our home only, started from our living room and a living hall. Within 3 months there were about 45 people. A small tiny living room, 45 people, very cramped. It was very difficult to sort of meet. And in Kathmandu, it is very difficult to rent any place, especially from Hindus and Buddhists. And for them, allowing their premises for Christians to meet is defining their premises. So the caste system, the hierarchy, and they consider Christian to be the lower caste of all. And by God's grace, we were leasing a small piece of land, and that's where we built our church. And we are about 150 people. And during lockdown, again our meeting, we could not meet in our venue, and then we went virtually. And recently we opened up our church, but we've been in that place for 11 years. And last month only, our lease agreement expired, so we had to give up that building back to our landlord. And at the moment, we don't have any place to meet. But last year, the Lord provided money for us to buy a piece of land. So we have bought a piece of land. We are in the process of constructing our own building, and that is something we are trusting at the moment. So there are 36 churches we have planted in last 15 years. And so we work among the 36 churches. Merv and Kim have become very good friend of ours over the years, and they have been coming to Nepal and train our leaders and pastors. Just recently, a month back, we had our small gathering of all the leaders came together, where Merv and John, both of them, they trained our leaders. So once again, thank you very much for releasing Merv and Kim every now and again to come to Nepal. Merv is still in Nepal, and when Merv and Kim, they were in Nepal, we said, okay, you guys suffer here, we're gonna go to UK. So I came here on 4th of May, and there was some problem with visas and passport with my wife, and so she flew. After 2 days later, we were in Bournemouth. Then we came to London and spent a couple of days there. And then we finally came to see Kim as well. And this part of the world is very beautiful, and we really enjoyed our time here. And one of the things that I would really ask you to pray with us is we're really trusting for the funds to build our own building. And a very good friend of ours from New Zealand, last year he gave us $600,000 to purchase this piece of land. Wow. And land is very expensive in Kathmandu. Kathmandu is very crowded city, and a lot of people, more than 4 million people live in a small valley. But there's a lot more work has to be done in our part of the world. Any moment anyone comes to Christ, the first persecution comes from the family. When I received the Lord back in 1992, I was excommunicated from my family. I wasn't allowed to enter into their house, and I said, fine, I don't have to come into your house. And so the moment we come to Christ, the first persecution comes from our own family member. If we survive that persecution, people become a very strong believer. My wife comes from Buddhist background. When she received the Lord, all her family members were against her. In fact, they were, they literally wanted to, kill her. So she had to flee for her life. And so one of her friend from Wyvern helped her to escape her village and took her to Wyvern Mission in India, and that's how our faith journey began. And Nepal is a country where Christianity is growing rapidly, and the government, Nepal used to be a Hindu kingdom, and in 2015 we received new constitution. Under that constitution, Nepal was declared as a secular state, but 6 months down the line, again Parliament passed a new bill, anti-conversion bill. Basically, that anti-conversion bill was to tackle the growth of Christianity. So living as a Christian hasn't been easy in our part of the world, especially in India. Since ever Modi came in power, there has been a lot of persecution. So we really need to pray for India as well as in Nepal. Although we had a lot of missions from UK have been working in Nepal because of your prayers and the sacrifice people have done over the years. I think that is the result of what we see today in our part of the world. So highly appreciate all your prayers over the years and all the sacrifice that this country has done for Nepal and India. So it's wonderful to be part of this meeting this morning, and we really appreciate. It's a privilege and honor to be able to worship with you. God bless you all. God bless you all. And please keep praying for us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Rebecca, do you want to say something? No? Yeah, thank you.